A Border Patrol agent is behind bars tonight. South Texas police say he tried to kill his girlfriend. It is the latest in a string of violent incidents involving off-duty patrol agents. Border reporter Oscar Margain joins us from Weslaco tonight to break down the numbers.
You're also being charged by complaint of criminal attempted murder.
33-year-old Ricardo Cepeda Jr. swapped his green uniform for an orange jumpsuit after police say he turned a gun towards the mother of his one-year-old baby girl and opened fire.
You understand that, Mr. Cepeda?
The 11-year veteran of the U.S. Border Patrol is facing attempted murder and endangerment of a child charges stemming from a domestic dispute early Sunday morning.
It sounded like if someone had a hammer pounding against our wooden fence.
Cepeda's neighbor, Pristela Urbina, woke up to the noise and began snapping these photos soon after cops arrived at the scene.
And I just put two and two together. I was like, no one's breaking in. It has to be someone, someone was shot.
Police say that someone was Cepeda's girlfriend, 34-year-old Brenda Hernandez, who is recovering at a hospital, being shot twice in the upper back.
What was disturbing was that she reported that Cepeda was holding the child at the same time that he was discharging the weapon towards her.
And it was all over a breakup, according to investigators. This is the latest of a series of cases in less than a year involving off-duty Border Patrol agents in Texas accused of going rogue and using firearms to cause harm, and in some instances, even death. An internal CBP report issued in late 2018 shows there was a total of 248 arrests of off-duty agents between 2016 and 2017 fiscal years. Domestic violence rose from 44 to 51, and violent crime jumped from 1 to 3 cases during the same period.
This is an isolated incident, and this in no way should reflect negatively against our U.S. Border Patrol agents.
Cepeda is one out of roughly 19,000 agents in the department. CBP said in a statement they are cooperating with the investigation and pointed out that Cepeda is now in a, quote, non-duty employment status. In Weslaco on the Texas-Mexico border, I'm Oscar Margain reporting.